Welcome to the Life Makeovers podcast. My name is Cindy D. Whitmer, and I am the Midlife Makeover Coach, helping you turn your midlife into your best life, one step at a time. Through powerful conversations, my own midlife roller coaster story, and over 3 decades of helping people transform their lives through counseling and coaching, I am on a mission to help you create your own definition of success and happiness. Thank you for being here. Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here at the Life Makeovers podcast. I'm Cindy Whitmer, and I'm just so happy to be with you. And I applaud you for taking time out to learn and grow and make your life the best that it can possibly be in midlife and beyond. And one of the things that can make or break our midlife experience is the relationships that we have. And right now, I'm talking about specifically romantic partnership relationships, whether it's dating relationships or live-in relationships, marriages, whatever your situation is or whatever situation you're hoping for. I want to talk to you today about how to have relationship confidence in midlife. So relationship confidence is the belief that your relationship will be successful and that you as a couple have the skills to create lasting love. Doesn't that sound nice? Relationship confidence. I love it. And, sometimes in midlife, it's hard to have relationship confidence because by now you've probably been through either a divorce or breakup or many breakups or several divorces. You may think you just don't have what it takes, or that you don't know how to pick a person that's good for you, or whatever kind of dialogue you're telling yourself in your head. But I want us to focus on how to be confident out there in that world of creating romantic partnerships now at this later stage in our life. Excuse me, let me grab a cup of tea while you contemplate what I might say next. Okay, so guess what the number one relationship killer is? Just imagine in your mind for a second what the number one relationship killer is. Well, it is, drum roll, poor self-esteem. Poor self-esteem. Because the amount of love you have inside is the amount you will have to give on the outside to other people. So if you aren't loving yourself very much, you don't have a whole lot to give to others. So you want to focus on growing your own self-love first and foremost, your feelings of self-worth, your self-love, and your own personal confidence. This is one of the best ways to set yourself up for a healthy relationship. Okay, so really get that relationship with yourself in good order. And here are some ways to do that. Number one, notice the qualities that you love and appreciate in other people. Okay, all people, not just romantic partners, but all people. What qualities do you really love and appreciate in other people? Think about the kind of people you love to spend time with, and what is it about them that you just love to spend time with them? Okay, or that you respect them so much. And then number two, start nurturing and practicing those qualities within yourself. Okay, you can develop any kind of quality within yourself at any stage. It's not too late. You're not too old to change, blah, blah, blah. Please don't tell me that. It isn't true. And so, who do you want to be that you are not already being? And begin to nurture that within yourself. Okay. Number three, you want to show up in dating or in your partnerships, your relationships, as a kind person that you like to spend time, as the kind of person you like to spend time with, right? You want to be that person. Just last night, my husband and I were playing games, and we can both get a little tense playing an innocent little game of cards or Yahtzee or Azul or whatever we're playing. And we were both tense playing these games. We had no reason at all to be tense. We have a loving, wonderful relationship. And I was thinking, oh, he's not being a very good winner. And then every little thing he said or did, I was sensitive to it. And I even, you guys are gonna laugh. I mean, this is real life, right? So I said to him at one point, hey, you need to be more have show more good sportsmanship when we're playing games. And later I thought, okay, I wasn't showing good sportsmanship, asking him to show better sportsmanship. I mean, oh my gosh, what in the world, Cindy? So, okay, so, and I mean, that's just a silly little moment in a relationship. That is not, I know that's not a serious problem, but it is an example of, showing up in my relationships as the kind of person that I want to spend time with. So, why be tense, Cindy, when playing these little games as a nice after dinner bonding time? So, okay. So the other thing is you want to give what you wish to receive in your relationships. So if you are needing more patience from someone, for example, then you want to show up as a very patient person. If you want to have more humor in the relationship, then show up being funny. Like bring the funny to the relationship if you'd like more humor in the relationship. So give what you wish to receive. Okay. And then number 5, of course, be authentic. Be yourself. All healthy relationships are based on truth. And there's no greater truth you can live than showing up as your honest self, your authentic self, who you really, 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 really are. Now, let's talk about ways to rebuild your confidence. Also, if you've been through, breakups or a huge breakup or a divorce. Number 1, we can all learn and grow from our past. You can too. So, be reflective a bit. Ask yourself, how did I show up in my previous relationships? What did I bring or not bring to my previous dating relationships or my, long-term partnerships or my marriages or whatever your situation is? What did I myself bring or not bring that played a role in the relationship's demise? Or what can I learn from from how I felt in those relationships? Was I treated a certain way that was very painful that I want to make sure I don't allow in a future relationship? Do I have a standard now I want to set that's different because of what my experience was in that relationship with that person over here or this one over there? Or, who am I now? And really learn and grow. You can do this and it's a gem, it's gems that you can now apply to your current life and your current or future relationships. Number 2, however, right after you do that, once you've got the gold from the past, please let it go. Okay. Please let the past go. Let the past be in the past. Forgive yourself, forgive your others. We don't want a lot of emotional baggage that we're dragging into our new relationships in midlife. That is heaviness, that is toxic. We got to let it go and start anew with ourselves and with other people. There are going to be times where you feel triggered, of course, in new relationships when you've been through other relationships and so forth. And you may be tempted to think, oh, women are all alike or men are all alike or all relationships are doomed or, you may feel that when you're experiencing those triggers. But again, those are just triggers. Those are emotional tugs that, something's happened that reminds you of a painful past. And it doesn't mean the present or the future is the same story. So let go of the past and forgive yourself or anyone else that you need to about what happened. Number 3, approach your dating and relationships with maturity and wisdom. Okay. You are a grown-up now. You're not 20 years old and in the middle of college or something in the dating pool. or trying to create your own first serious relationship. You've been around the block, you know stuff, you've survived a lot of stuff in relationships and outside of relationships in life by now. So be the wise, mature person you are. This is one of the great benefits of being a middle-aged person is we have history, we have experience that teaches us a lot about life that we can bring to relationships that's very nurturing and helpful. Okay, number 4, be crystal clear about what you want now. Okay, again, with that wisdom and experience comes a greater connection with the self, hopefully, so you know more of what your standards are going to be for your partners or your relationships now in midlife. I don't want you tolerating things that don't feel good to you and that feel really, really bad to you. You don't have to tolerate anything that is outside of your what you believe to be important in your relationships with partners. One of the guys I dated after my divorce, I mean, I didn't date right away, but a couple years after the divorce, I started dating again, and I had a boyfriend for a while, for a few months, quite a few months, 4 or 5 months. And he was a great guy in lots of ways, but I he lived with his mother, and she did not need him to live there to take care of her or anything. It wasn't that kind of thing. He just lived with her to save money and lived with her because I don't even know understand why, but he lived in his mother's basement. And I thought, why are you doing this? And then he also had a puppy dog that I felt like he didn't take very good care of or care for very much. And I thought, why do you have this dog if you do not love this dog? If you don't love and care for this dog, why are you having this dog? Get it to an owner who's really going to love and care for this dog. When it this friend of mine named John, who's an older gentleman than me, he's in his 80s now, and he's a really good friend of mine. When I got divorced and I started dating again, his slice of advice was because he'd been divorced in his life and found love again later in his life and everything. And his advice to me was, Cindy, pay attention when you're dating people, pay attention to how they treat people who serve them, like staff at restaurants or staff at hotels or whoever, Uber drivers, whatever. Pay attention to how they treat servers, how they treat children, and how they treat animals. Pay attention because that'll say a lot about their character. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is such great advice. And so as I was dating this guy and seeing how poorly he was treating his dog, and then that he lived in his mother's basement as a grown man and again was not taking care of her, she didn't need that, he was just living there. I don't know, for his own financial convenience, or I'm not sure what all it was, but I didn't like the dynamic. I thought, you're a grown up, yet you can get your own house, like, or your own apartment or whatever. You can get your own space. And it was just an awkward situation. And I decided that I didn't want to tolerate those things. I didn't trust the situations. I wasn't even sure I understood all the dynamics there. And so eventually I got out of that relationship. Oh, and the other thing about that was he had 3 children and of course loved them. But as I got to know his parenting a little better too, I knew it wasn't a match for me. So don't tolerate anything that you don't feel good about, that you don't really align with when you're out there dating or when you're in a full-blown relationship with someone. Number 5, have a happy, meaningful life of your own first. Okay? First. Then let your relationship with a partner be the icing on the cake of your relationship. You want to come into a relationship whole and complete. Those romantic comedies where, what was the one? Jerry Maguire, I think, where, Tom Cruise says to Renee Zellweger and they're both, tearing up, you complete me. And I mean, I'm all for sappy romantic movies. I love them. I eat them up like they're candy. But in real life, no. I don't want myself or you to feel like you are not whole and you need someone to come into your life and complete you, or that that's the purpose of your current spouse or partner is to complete you. We are all whole as individuals. And then when we come together, we just add to it. We're like the cherry on top of the ice cream. We're like the frosting on the cake. We're like notice all the dessert references. I'm a dessert girl. Anyway, you want to let the relationship be something that complements you in your life, but doesn't complete you. Okay. So don't lose sight of yourself in a relationship in midlife. Don't lose sight of yourself. No, you are you, and that comes first. And you can more fully love and care for people, all the people in your life, if you love and care for yourself first, right? Remember, the number one relationship killer is not loving yourself properly. Okay, so how to be a confident partner in relationships. Let's just highlight these now to wrap up. So number one, again, love yourself first, then your partner. Remember, what's best for you is what's best for everyone around you, including your partner or spouse. Number two, be yourself, not who you think you're supposed to be. Okay, just be yourself. If people you're dating or your partner or your spouse, whoever it is, doesn't love you for you, that's their problem, right? You've got to be yourself, be authentic. Number three, and plus, you can't fake being you. I mean, that doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. You'll be unhappy. It doesn't work for the relationship. It will kill the quality of the relationship. Number three, recognize your partner as part of your life, not your whole life. Okay, and vice versa. You have other things in your life that is important. I hope. Please have passions, hobbies, other relationships you want to spend time in and nurture. Again, the partner is part of the whole picture of your life, not your whole life. Okay. Number four, do not catastrophize issues. Okay, and what I mean by that is don't take the little things. I used to do this years ago. This was one of my learnings in life part of my divorce recovery and learning to be healthy in relationships and confident again was to learn not to catastrophize everything. If if a partner and I had a little squabble about something, or just frustrated with each other, I think, oh, we're going to break up, or oh no, we're not good for each other. Oh, this is not a healthy relationship. Oh my gosh, I'm in another bad relationship. And it's like, that's catastrophizing. Making something more of making a mountain out of a molehill is something people say, a little phrase, right? It's just overemphasizing some of those times in a relationship where you're just, you're having an off day, or they're having an off day, or you have a weak moment where you don't handle something graciously and things just aren't great in the moment or in the day. But it doesn't mean, oh, it's over, or oh, I failed again, or oh, this is terrible, this is tragic, this is awful, we're never going to make it. Blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. We don't want to catastrophize everything. I mean, you don't want to minimize what truly are serious issues you're dealing with, but you also don't, we're very likely, with great sensitivity in midlife, to be overly sensitive about the smallest things. So watch your balance there and keep things, keep the little bumps in the road in perspective. Okay. Number five, decide, just when you decide I'm in, like I want a relationship, I am in, then be committed, be in it fully, give freely, and love fully. Just do it. You can do it. Let yourself just, break down the walls, whatever fear you've had, and just dive in and let yourself experience this. This is the only way you're going to know, can I have a great relationship in midlife? Can I create a wonderful marriage in midlife? Can I enjoy dating in midlife? Whatever it is. But once you decide, just really, really live out that commitment in your actions. And number six, no, you're going to be okay no matter what happens. No matter what happens, to, in your dating life or with your current partner or in your current marriage, no matter what happens, no matter what, you will be okay. You will be okay. My gosh, just think of all you have survived already in your life by now. All kinds of things in and outside of relationships with partners. And so, you can survive anything. And I want you to have that confidence in yourself. And that will only add to your relationship confidence as well. So, if you would like more coaching on this or anything else going on in your life, please go to timewithcindy.com and schedule a time to speak with me. We'll have a coaching conversation, and maybe I can offer you some further insight or take you on a little deeper dive than you've been on to turn your life around in whatever area you are looking for. And I thank you so much for being here. Please share this episode if you think it could help somebody that you love. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Life Makeovers podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with those that you think would also benefit from what we're doing here. And I will talk to you again soon.